Welcome to part 2 of this OpenInsight 9x review. A new system editor has been added into the system from version 9. This new editor includes a number of features that have been requested by our OpenInsight developers, and they should make life a lot easier. The new features include fast, accurate color coding, collapsible code, line numbers, support for opening and editing OS files, color-coded HTML and JavaScript tags, the ability to comment or uncomment whole blocks of highlighted code, and also syntax assistance for basic plus keywords, functions and subroutines, something that's very useful for people that are new to OpenInsight and certainly working with the basic plus code. Version 9.1 sees the addition of code templates. These are pre-built chunks of code that are stored in the syscode templates table and are readily available for reuse. These can be used to promote best coding practices across your development team and also your applications. For example, you can define a code framework to prompt for the author's name, the date the program was created or changed, and for comment details. In other words, you can create a consistent program header section for all of your future programs. Alternatively, it can be used to house blocks of code or whole programs that you use frequently. Version 9 includes some examples that you can extend as needed. A number of new Basic Plus commands have been added into 9.1 to better support working with the .NET framework and also for RLS callback. Please refer to the help and README files for more details about the commands and their use. The report builder now has the capability of printing 2 or more columns on a page. The value is set in the page setup dialog box under the file menu in the report builder itself. Field security has been added to the environment settings. Fields that are excluded will not display in report builder options and will show as blanks in list commands. This enables more sensitive data to be maintained without the worry of it getting into the wrong hands. A new .NET version of the OIPI print engine was released in version 9. There's a config OIPI record in the sysenv file that enables you to set a default printer for your OIPI reports. The value VS Printer in field 1 of the record will use a classic OIPI print engine, whereas setting it to VS Printer 2 will cause OpenInsight to render your reports using the new OIPI.NET print engine. Brian has also built in the ability to override the default option within the OIPI report code itself. This is highly useful as new OpenInsight developers can opt for VS Printer 2 from day one, whilst leaving existing developers with the choice. Many of you will decide to set the default as VS Printer to ensure that all of your existing reports print correctly in the right format, but you then might decide to choose to define VS Printer 2 for any new reports to take advantage of the new print engine's features. These include thumbnail previews, more save as options on the report, and the ability to search or copy the previewed output. A maximize option has been added to the run report command to display the print preview window maximized. The banded report writer is still relatively new to the toolset, but it sees a number of new enhancements in these releases, making the tool ever more functional. Support for list index and volume name commands has been added to TCL. Name volume synonyms include name volume, name media and name vol. TCL has been enhanced to respect the new field level security and ensure that excluded columns do not display. If columns are used in a list statement, no data will be displayed if the columns are excluded in the database manager. A new keyword of num columns has been added to the OpenList reporting language. If a value is used, it will cause the outputted data to be printed in the specified number of columns across a page instead of just straight down each page. A new XML importer wizard has been created, replacing the old importer. This one is much easier to use and more intuitive than the previous version. OpenInsight developers and users require more web functionality from their applications, and Revelation has been expanding on this existing HTML publishing and web access tools through WebOI. I have already created a video on using WebOI, and I'll therefore leave you to review that for more details of this very useful utility. WebOI has a commuter module generator built in to facilitate the way that WebOI works. However, more and more people are looking to commuter routines as a way of creating better applications with a more widely recognized and accepted approach to handling routines. The commuter module generator window is available to run as a standalone OpenInsight window to assist developers with the learning process of using commuter routines. You can build your form in the traditional way using quick events, and then run it through the generator to convert the quick events to call the commute module that is then created at the same time. The SQL window sees a couple of enhancements in the 9.0 release, including a splitter bar that enables the statement area and result to be resized. There are 17 assorted fixes to AREV32. These are following successful conversion projects. Revelation have added the ability to create macros for use with the CTO child form and the standalone form. 10 macros can be defined for each user within an application, and the form is RTI_CTO_macros. Version 9 also saw the inclusion of the Bravo dashboards, an extremely useful tool, and I've already covered that in a previous video, so again please look at that for further details. Looking forwards, OpenInsight 9.2 will be the next scheduled release. It's currently under development at the present time, and as such many of the enhancements, fixes and new features are still unknown, or it's too early to discuss them openly. However, one huge advancement in the toolset very nearly made the 9.1 release, and it will feature heavily in the 9.2 release. O for W, or OpenInsight for Web, is a development toolkit that makes it possible for any developer with limited or no HTML or XML or JavaScript experience to develop feature-rich web pages. O for W is designed to work the way OpenInsight developers think, taking advantage of skills and knowledge they already have. While users with more web development experience can use O for W's advanced features, all developers can create modern web applications using JavaScript, XHTML and Ajax through O for W's form builder, report builder, menu builder and APIs. O for W will also be an entire browser-based front end for OpenInsight database development. The toolkit will run on IE8, Firefox, Safari and Chrome browsers. Revelation is taking another close look at better support for i18n, Unicode, UTF-8, etc. in version 9.2. And Rev UK will be hosting a special roundtable to ensure that our development plans address the specific needs of our international users. If you want to know more, please reserve your place on the next Revelation Roadshow event near you. For those of you in Europe, this will be the next RUG on the 27th of October 2009 in London, England. For more details, please check out our website or drop us an email to info@revsoft.co.uk. In part 3 of this video, we'll actually go into OpenInsight 9.1 itself, and we'll look at a few of the examples that this PowerPoint presentation has just run through.